There you go. Hi, my name's Trish, and I am a Vision Without Eyes alumni. I had met Rob and started with the very first seminar in January of 2025, and so now here we are, January 2026. In the year of taking the seminar, as well as going to the Canada seminar in May of 2025, I will also be going and looking forward to going to the 2026 January seminar at the end of the month here. But in the meantime, I noticed on the Facebook pages and a lot of the people in our alumni groups and others, as well as the blind and vision impaired, are asking, like, how do we practice? How do we get started? How do we get the kit? You know, and so on and so forth. So I plan on doing some series of videos to answer those questions, because there's not a video out there yet. Everybody is asking and there's nothing created yet. So I decided, why not create it and then put it out there for everybody so they can jump in, learn, prep, and practice. So what I'm going to talk about first in this particular video is a solo prep, practice, and play video. And it's going to be for your intuition and mindsight. So what we're going to do is start out with these shape cards. There's 8 of them in the set. There's actually these are considered, the filled in black ones are considered closed shapes, and the open, that's not even an open one, that's the plus. Let me find an open one. Okay, here's an open one. So this is an open circle. So these ones are all, and can be found, the file to get all of these downloaded and printed for you are going to be on the Vision Without Eyes Facebook page. Rob has that posted there, so you can actually get that file and do those printed for yourself. And then to tactile those for everybody, because if you have your mask on and you're practicing with these outside with any of your stuff that you have in your kit outside, or if you're blind or visually impaired and you have your mask on, or completely blind and outside practicing, you're going to want to tactile these so you don't have to take the mask on and off. And obviously if you're blind, you have no way of validating what your answer is when you're holding these out in the sun or to yourself with a mask. You're like, okay, this one is a what? Well, moving the mask or having somebody sighted tell you. This way you can do solo practice by yourself anytime you want to practice. No excuse not to practice. All right. How we tactile these particular ones is using a fabric. It's actually fabric and puffy paint. So either one of these, and this can be probably bought at Walmart too, but I ended up getting this at Michael's, and it works really good for tactiling a lot of things that you can do, whether they're paper or definitely the shapes, the Nikolai cards, anything that's really paper product can actually be really easily tactile with a puffy paint. And what you end up doing is, for instance, this is a closed circle, so it's the black circle. And what you want someone to do, if you're blind, you actually want a sighted person to outline this black circle for you, because otherwise it's just flush to the paper and you're not going to know where to outline it. And then you also want have them put a little black dot in the middle and just push it down a little bit, and it will dry. You want to leave it 24 hours overnight, let it dry, and then you'll be able to feel the ridge of each of the shapes, and then also the middle, to know that you know, if you're practicing and you're like, okay, that's a closed circle, you can validate for yourself that it's a closed circle, and because you can feel the dot. And then if it's an open one, like this is an open triangle, so I can feel the edges of the triangle. I can feel there's not a little dot here in the middle, so I know that's a open triangle. And you can do that with all your shapes. As far as the plus goes, I'm going to get to that here. That plus, the open one, a lot of us are not using that at all anymore, because it's very confusing. When it's open, it's very outline, it's very difficult. So we only do the closed one, and all you want to do is outline the whole closed one, and then just put a little dot, teeny tiny dot in the middle, and then you'll know that this is the completely black closed plus. Okay, and then I'm going to move on really quick to papers. Anytime you're doing anything with papers, this could be transparent papers. You can get them on Amazon. They're called gel sheets. They can do red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. These ones if you go to a seminar with Rob, you'll actually have a whole entire kit that you will get with all of these, and you can just tactile them once you get home. What we typically do is use a code for this, a tactile code for colors. And the reason how we do that is, for instance, this one's an orange one, and it has 2 dots at the top of this. So we have red is 1 dot, orange is 2 dots, 3 dots is yellow, 4 dots is green, 5 dots are blue. Pink, if you do have pink paper, so if you do get pink, it's 5 dots, and if it's purple, it's 6 dots. Take that back. Blue is 5 dots, pink is 6 dots, purple is 7 dots. If you do decide to do a black and white, do a cross for black and a straight line for white, and that helps identify black and white as well. I forgot to say that last time, so so that's how you do colors. You can do that with all the different papers, and you also can do that with oh, I want to talk about the foam sheets, so let me pull these over here. So these are foam sheets that you can get from Michael's. They pretty much, the cheapest way to have these made are, they're like 11 by 13 size, and they come in all the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, and you can tactile these the same way and have them where, for instance, this one is the yellow one that's first because it has 3 dots that I can feel at the corner. So, and what's really cool, these foam ones, is you can actually shuffle these really well. So as you can tell, I'm shuffling them, and they, you know, when they flip flop and all that, that's really cool because then you're really mixing them up really good. So when you do them like this, and then as you're put them on your desk, have your mask on, you can grab one at the corner or in the middle, and you hold it up and you're like, okay, well, what is this one? Figure out whatever you say the answer is, find the corner and be like, okay, this one's an orange. Did I say orange? If I did, awesome. Do a big woohoo, yell out, celebrate, have a party, dance, whatever you want to do. And as you go through, and trust me, the funner that you make it when you're practicing, laughing and just being really silly and just being a kid and creative, you'll find that the more you're kid-like, the more accuracy and successes you'll have. Trust me, you'll learn that. It's fun. All right. If you get a kid's toddler preschool picture cards with the words that they use to teach them in school, you can pick out cards that are tactile, that you can tactile, that are red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. And if you're blind, you can actually have one of your family members pick something that is red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. For everybody, I would suggest that you try to get as many fruit and vegetable food items, and the reason for that is because you can use all of your senses that are internal. So the 5 senses that we have external to us, we also have internally, that are innate within us. You have inner sight, you have inner hearing, you have inner smell, you have inner taste, you have inner feel, and then you also have your knowing, which is if you look at clairs, those are a claircognizance, and that'll give you a whole bunch of other stuff. So with these, you want to tactile these the same way. Like this one is a red apple, so there's 1 dot for red. The next one I had picked is an orange, which has 2 dots for the orange. The next one is a yellow duck, so there's 3 dots for yellow. The next one is a green pear, so there's 4 dots for that. And the next one is a yarn, which is 5 dots. So if we were to review these really quick just for the blind and visually impaired and anybody else, you might get this information come in any way it might come in, you know, if you're like, okay, which one's this? You might taste or smell an apple, or you might see red, or you might actually see the image of an apple pop in your head, and then you're like, oh, that's an apple. And then you feel that dot, you're like, oh, it's red, that means that's the apple. I got that correct. Again, celebrate with a dance, or yoo-hoo, or scream bloody murder and have fun. Same thing with the orange and the pear. You can use those same senses. Do you taste it, smell it, feel it? If you feel the outside of an orange or you smell it, obviously you know it's the orange. If an orange pops, the vision of an orange pops in your head, same thing. Same thing with the other two. With the duck, you might hear a duck quack. You might see something yellow, or just the pop of yellow comes in the color, and you know any of these colors that pop in red through blue, if red pops in right away and you don't smell an apple or see an apple, you know it's the red apple. Just say apple, and then that's your answer. All right. I did want to show you, as far as these here and the paper and the foam, any of these tactiles can be used with also. These gems are really, really easy. You can get these at Michael's, probably Walmart has them too, but you can actually pull off these sticky ones and stick them on numbers 1 through 5, 1 through 6, and these really help to tactile things. You can keep them, every single thing you can possibly tactile. I think other than that, I'm going to just do that for the first prep and play video. If you did find this information helpful so you can tactile and get out there and practice, feel free to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, because I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of how you can play solo with tons of games, because I play all the time, including when I cannot sleep at night and my husband's sleeping next to me and I'm wondering what in the world I'm going to do. I literally have my foam sheets and my shapes next to me, and I literally have all kinds of cool plays that I do and practice while I'm just laying there waiting to fall asleep. So like, subscribe, and share, and see you on the next video. I'm gonna push the third button.